Hi, I'd like to address all the entrepreneurs and solopreneurs out there for a few minutes. I've been an entrepreneur for decades, and I really understand what it is to be out there in the trenches. And perhaps the biggest shock to our systems as entrepreneurs is when we get our service together or our idea, our product together, and we work so hard and we struggle and we sweat and we cry and we worry, but we finally are courageous enough to get our service or product out there in the world. And we're struggling, we're getting it going, we're excited. There's all the emotions up and down. And the one thing though that we all have in common probably is that nobody tells us that when we finally start this business, we're suddenly expected to be everything, all the hats. And we might have, heard that or seen someone else go through it, but until we actually are in those trenches ourselves, we don't realize what a grand scope and how overwhelming it can be. We are expected to be the CEO making all the decisions. We're the salesperson, right? We're telling everybody, we're getting it out there. We're the marketer. If we're hiring people, we're also the HR department. We are customer service. We are where the buck stops. We're operations. And I'm sure you can relate somewhere in the wee hours of the evening, right? Maybe after we've scarfed down a quick dinner, we're at the computer and we realize that we also have to be the tax person, the retirement planner, the investment person. We look at our legal structures and try to set them up appropriately, and so on and so on. And eventually, as time goes by, we also are the exit planner. What will we do with this business someday, right? And the problem is certainly not that we're not smart or motivated. That's not the issue at all. The problem is that as we start developing success or a little bit, we're getting some traction. The problem is that we go out there and we hire professionals to help us, but the advice that comes in is all fragmented. What do I mean? Well, is it bad advice? Not necessarily, but we have a CPA or an accountant and he's over here. And we have an attorney and maybe he or she is over here. And we have a financial person and maybe they're over here somewhere. And there might even be a business coach and they're over there. And never do these people cohesively advise us. And therein lies the problem. Not only is the advice fragmented, but it's not tax savvy. So the question becomes, is there a better way? In other words, is there a way to slash taxes, get the advice cohesively put together in order to build for us a tax savvy ecosystem or tax savvy system that allows us to have what? What's the goal? Passive wealth. After all, isn't that really what the American dream is? You took the first steps in that dream. You wanted to be an entrepreneur. You didn't want to be punching the clock at someone else's business, selling your time and energy and efforts to someone else for a paycheck. You wanted to dive into the deep end of the pool and take the risk in exchange for the reward. So you took the risk, but now what about the reward, right? What is the reward? What's the other half of the American dream? It's not just building a business and being an entrepreneur. Yay, now what, right? It's about the financial freedom that can and should come from you owning your own business. But oftentimes, what happens? We see just the opposite of that. We see that you did nothing more than start a job for yourself that you're enslaved to and you can't get away from. And that wasn't the dream at all, was it? So, how do we change that? How do we get you to the other half, the better half of the true American dream and financial freedom? Is it possible? Is it possible to significantly slash your tax bill, to significantly accrue wealth that's yours by reallocating the money that you would have given to the IRS. And here's an even more scary question. Is it possible to make the IRS your friend who can help you to fund investments in tax savvy structures to grow your own passive wealth? Is that possible? Or does that just sound ridiculous? Well, my friends, it is possible. And to that end, I want to invite you and have you accept the hand that's being extended out to you. Grab this hand. Let me pull you in to the most wonderful and impactful summit of the year that is actually not just going to show you and educate you on how to have that tax savvy ecosystem and grow that passive wealth quickly. We're not just going to send you home with a notebook full of great information that you would struggle to implement, if ever. No, we're actually going to provide you the information at the summit, the education, let you hear from industry titans on the subject, people like world famous CPA Tom Wheelwright. Not only that, but we are going to then, and here's the key, we're going to implement your own tax savvy ecosystem and wealth building engine for you and with you to help ensure your success rather than just turn you loose at the end of the summit with a bunch of great notes. So I really encourage you to attend. Hi, my name is Yvette Spillman. I'm a registered investment advisor. I specialize in helping businesses truly gain financial freedom. And I want to extend a personal invitation to you, my fellow solopreneur and entrepreneur and small business owners, to come to this event and just click the link below, www.sonicboomsummit.com, and change your financial future and your business future forever. Now, with that invitation, I have to tell you, seating really is limited. That's not a sales gimmick on our behalf. That is genuinely the truth. Due to the size of the rooms at the venue at Pechanga Resort, we are limited. So please be diligent in clicking the link below. Take action, reserve your seat, and I promise you one thing. It'll be an event like no other that will truly change your financial future forever and help you grasp the other half of the American dream, which is financial freedom. So I really look forward to seeing you there. And for now, take care.